So I think I got most of this figured out so far. There's only one issue that I'm having, and it's the initial rotation when one of the meshes, like this for example, when it hits the terrain, I'll show you, it's going like in the opposite direction. I'm using this center of buoyancy since it doesn't move anyways when out of water. And you'll see the rotation. I'm using that for a visual, but you'll see this. It's supposed to rotate this way, but it rotates backwards. And then it finally corrects itself to rotate in the correct direction. You'll notice all the rest of the physics from here seem to work just fine. So the rest point is, I think, at that one or that. So it'll eventually rest there. And I made it spawn where it can spawn at different locations. And you'll see here it's supposed to spin the opposite way, but it doesn't. It's supposed to spin that way when it hits. So it's that initial contact. I don't know if I'm using the wrong cross product or not, or if it's just because it's spherical, but it's supposed to be hitting, because it's a slope, it's supposed to be hitting it on the backside, which you would think would spin it that way. I mean, that's what physics is supposed to do, which is why it rolls in the direction that it's moving downhill. So, and in fact, that initial hit should actually even be faster. It should be really fast because it bounces a little bit. So there's no extra friction until it hits again. And I'll check another shape here. But yeah, I definitely notice it on the sphere. We'll get something close, similar to the capsule. And I don't know how this, okay, so this should spin forward. That was not really a direction I thought it would go. But this is correct, because the capsules do turn like that on hills. It's starting to be imbalanced a little bit when it speeds up, which is correct. It's sliding now. So this is all good, because this is downhill here. It's starting to correct to be towards it, and it rotates towards it. And then this is the settle point here, so it comes back. So if you look at this one, that one kind of spins sideways, which makes sense though, because maybe that side was hitting before that one, which would cause it to do that. So if that's true, at least that one is correct. So if I'm looking at it, this side hits first, it'll go that way, yeah. So the capsule is fine. This one should go, couldn't really tell on that one actually. It's hitting the same side every time. Is that a different spawn place, or is that the same? This should go that way, yeah. And then it corrects itself. It's trying to spin that way, but it can't. So it's forcing it to go that way, which is fine. And it's angled, which means it's working correct with gravity. But yeah, so I guess it's just the sphere right now. It seems like it should start rolling again, I would think. Is the sphere seems like something's backwards on it. That's just going to slide. It's too low poly to roll at that speed. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like that's the only one at the moment. But let's add another one back in here and see what that does, because last time in the last one, it was that bounciness. I think I corrected that. Let's see. Yeah, that's a lot better. So the bounciness, I corrected that from the last video. So now this works properly. And you see it's not going downhill because it's resisting itself because there's two different friction points now. And then the sphere is probably going to try to move to the front. No, this one's probably it. This one's it. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. I was thinking this would probably try to balance out and then it would start rolling again because this would be on a rolling point. If it does that before it gets to the bottom, the slope is also becoming less and less of a hill, so it'll probably just sit there. But yeah, at least that part's fixed. But that again, that initial angular rotation, the angular velocity on that, see that one I would think that the capsule would have went up. That wasn't very far from the ground. I would think that would bounce up, but it bounces to the side a little bit. So it seems a little bit off to me. That would go this way. Yeah, that one looks like it worked. That would go that way. Yep. And it looks like it's hitting the same angles each time too. Put different spawn points, but it looks like the same angle every freaking time. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna work on that tonight and see if I can figure out why that's doing that. These, I guess, look more correct now that I'm seeing the angle here. So that'll hit, and then this will hit, and then it moves in the direction it's supposed to. So bam, bam, and then in the direction it's supposed to. So this one makes more sense now. But the sphere itself, I'm going to show that one again. I'll even move it, to the middle just in case. So we'll reset it to the middle. And let's see. Yeah, it spins backwards still, and then it starts to spin forward. So yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that, but that's going to be the next fix. So at least I got the bouncing part of it fixed. So that's settled down. So I'll update again on when that's done, and then maybe just keep posting small videos of the updates. And I'll put them on itch.io as part of the devlogs, so I don't have to type so much. So, all right, we'll see you guys when I have, some more progress going later.